Hopefully someday I can team up with a programmer who actually knows what they're doing. Well, today I became that programmer by coding using a kid's website. After watching Goodkiss' video, I thought I should give the program called Scratch a try. I have no coding experience, but I finished my first game with a no-code software this month. So my confidence has gone up in the art side, and it was easier for me to throw myself into something new. Scratch is intended for children, so it should be easy, right? Like learning anything, I went on the search for tutorials. I wasn't sure of what type of game I wanted to create, but it had to be easy. I found this tutorial by the creators of Scratch, in which the player has to catch objects falling from the top of the screen. Now I knew what I needed to draw. Once again, I used the app Pixel Art to make the art. These are the sprites I ended up creating. But there were some problems. The tutorial did a good job of explaining things, but I felt like the game would be boring if it didn't have consequences. Here are the list of things I wanted to add that weren't in the tutorial. Character animation, carrot makes you lose points, lose a point if cupcake touches the floor, keep track of high score, make it mobile and PC friendly. So I knew this tutorial alone would not cut it and I would need to search for more. I exported my character as a sprite sheet and split up each drawing into its own separate frame. This is where I had trouble. Scratch doesn't have onion skin. I had to rely on the animation to see if I was placing each frame in the correct spot. But then another problem. The animation wouldn't play until I realized I have to code it, duh. And so I went to search and found this tutorial. This girl explains things well, and I was glad to know there was ways to make the code shorter to get the same result. It took me a while to align all the frames correctly, and it was annoying, but I pushed through. After I fixed my character, I needed to look for a tutorial that would teach me how to show the animation while she's walking. With these two tutorials combined, my game was finally playable. This video helped me with the high score part, and this tutorial helped me with the touchscreen controls. I decided not to have touchscreen buttons. Instead, I added these two large rectangles and hid them. This way the player could touch anywhere on the sides to move to that direction. Then I realized I had a problem with the animation yet again. Up to this point, I had mostly followed tutorials and put them together to craft my own. Using the mobile controls, I would only see the next frame of the animation instead of having it loop between all 8 frames. I was confused at first, but after staring at it for a few minutes, it somehow clicked what I was doing wrong. I had created 3 variables, and one of them was acting separately from the rest, and I wanted them to equal to the same thing. It felt nice that I was able to fix my game by myself and that I finally understood something. Now my game worked exactly like I wanted it to, but it looked lonely with no background, so I drew one. Then I realized the background was distracting, so I changed the background once again. Now the important objects were clearly visible. It feels nice to see my first 2 games finished after procrastinating on creating them because of my insecurities. There are a lot more Scratch tutorials than there are for GDevelop, which definitely helped a lot. I can now finally say that I coded something. This is kind of a weird thing to say because I wouldn't have imagined myself wanting to code something. The colorful looking blocks makes Scratch seem less intimidating and better for a beginner like myself. I think I will continue to use Scratch in the future for some of my games. I have a little brother and I think this is something he would enjoy doing. Hopefully I can learn more about Scratch and help guide him. The link to the game is in the description of this video. It can be played on your PC or mobile device. No download is needed. Thank you for watching.